All right. Happy to be here with Quiteria to talk about one of our connecting skills, which we call heartfelt listening. Heartfelt listening starts, as all of our skills do, with that access point in our moment of inquiry. In our moment of inquiry, ask ourselves, am I truly listening to try to understand someone else's perspective? And has a sort of sub question or inquiry in asking myself, is my heart open to their truth without judgment? So Kateria, happy to hear, what is your interpretation of the term heartfelt listening?
Well, I think that I've experienced it rarely, and
Mm,
I have a feeling that I haven't used it often, if at
mm,
all.
mm,
Um, and I was thinking of a few people that I've met in my life that I really feel they have this. It's like seems to be natural for them. One of them was Shelley. She was a principal of my middle school, and she was a counselor in her previous career from principal. But she would, when you would talk to her, she just like her whole body would turn to you,
mm,
look at you in the eyes, and you can just see that she was listening.
mhm,
She wasn't thinking about what she was going to say. She wasn't trying to solve your problems. She wasn't trying to do anything. She wasn't thinking of her own story, or she wasn't trying to say, well, I can relate to that. You could just feel that she was just listening to you with her heart open.
mm.
And it was, you just melt. That's pretty much what would happen.
Oh, great. There's so much within what you said that really puts it within our relational resilience spectrum, right? The ability for her to be present and connection. And you talked about some of her positive attributes, which were the indicators for you visually that she was paying attention and trying to take in what you were saying, in addition to the felt sense. I really understand that she's speaking to you from a centered place herself, right? Because that
Yeah.
is one of those starting points. And I know for me, the internal narrative that you talked about, I need to be centered such that I can take in authentically all the dimensions of what this person is trying to communicate with me, and drop my own story. So I totally hear that. You said it was something that you might want to do more. Can you tell me about why you think it's valuable for you to do more?
Well, I think I've been thinking a lot about truths, your own truth, and they're not everybody else's truth. And how do we get to connection when our truths personally are different? And the only real way to that is to hear the other person, to let them speak, and to feel what they feel when they speak. Trying to go for understanding, trying to see their truth, trying to not compare it to your own truth. Just feel it, hear it, um, connect to it. And I think there are some universal truths, but it's pretty hard to get to those if we can't connect with others, because
Oh,
it's in the connection of all of us together that the universal truth is.
well,
So
that
yes.
is fantastic. It builds on our centered and relational resilience and what's being called for with all of us now here collectively. And because this is us just starting to unpack and share some of our initial thoughts, I'm going to go ahead and say thank you for your time, and much appreciated always, Kateria, for sharing your thoughts on heartfelt listening with us.
Thank